All right, let's solve the first question. So you have a pie chart here. So what they say is, in the following question, study the two pie charts. There are two pie charts, okay, and answer the questions. April month's salary is rupees 24,000 rupees. 24,000. And then they've given a distribution of that in different areas: education, savings, grocery, whatever. Similarly, for May month's salary is 25,000 now. Earlier it was 24,000. So what we are supposed to find is, what is the percent increase in education in May month than April month. I'm sure you definitely would have solved this question. It's the first question in DI, and this is a common thing among students, that to solve from 1 to 60. Don't do that. Fine, don't solve from 1 to 60 and then, start from 1, but if in case you find this difficult, you can skip, no problem. It's not necessary that you will have to solve the first one only, then it's good luck. No, nothing like that. Anyways, fine. So let's solve this question now. We are interested in percentage increase in education, only in the area of education, in May month than in April month. So one thing that you need to remember about DI is, always start from the end. Know what is that you are actually looking for in terms of formula. Fine. So here, what is that I am looking for is education expense in the month of May minus education expense in the month of April divided by education expense in the month of April. This is what I am looking for. Fine. So let me quickly calculate that. Shortcuts in terms of calculation, Vedic maths, whatever that is going to be very useful. 25,000, I will convert this as 24K plus 1K. So then difference will be 3% of 24K. 3% of 24K is 24,000. 1% is 240 into 3 is 720. 720 plus 3% of 1K. 50% of 1K. So 50% of 1K. It is 500. This becomes 1,200. Right? Yes, 1,220. 1,220. So numerator is 1,220. Denominator is 47% of this value. So 50% of this value is 12,000. Minus 3% is 720. We have already calculated this. So this is going to be 11,280. So 11,280 multiplied by 100. Of course, this multiplied by 100 in order to calculate the percentage. So now this value in the numerator, you can see very clearly, this is 1,200 and this is 11,000 something. This is going to be more than 10. The value is going to be more than 10. It is going to be 10 point something. Now this you will have to approximate. If you can solve, but it will take time. For one question you cannot spend more than a minute, okay, especially in DI. Maximum 1 minute, 1 minute 10 seconds, not more than that, maximum. Fine. So how did I end up with 10 point something? Pretty simple. This is going to be into 100, so this will be 1,22,000 something. Fine. So in the denominator you have 11,280. So if you look at the numbers, so 11,280 into 10 is going to be 1,12,000 something. But in the numerator I have 1,22,000, which is 10,000 rupees more. 10,000 is less than 11,280. So it lies between 10% and 11%. So look at the options. You have only one, that is 10.82. That's it. Fine. So even what I did, it will take some time, fine, to solve all this and do that. But one thing to keep in your mind is, even while you are being fast, be accurate with the calculations. If you miss out, make one small mistake, coming back to this and once again solving, it's going to be a hell lot of work. So practice with your calculations, be thorough with your calculations. This is going to be very important, and DI will be there. All right, great. Okay, second question. Fine. So let's be fast when it comes to DI. The same question obviously. So look at the question. The ratio of amount spent for savings in April month salary and miscellaneous in May month salary. Now April month salary, savings. Fine. Savings is B, and we're talking about ratio. So B, where is B? It's here. So 18% you can leave it and 24,000 you can leave it. So we're just talking about this because it's a ratio. Even this 1,000 gets cancelled and percentage that is divided by 100 also gets cancelled. Don't worry about that. Look at the other numbers. So here what you have is miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is E. Where is E? It's 2%. So what I'm looking for is 2 into 25. All right. So now 2 and 9. My right hand side has to be 25. Further it is not divisible. So I'll directly go with option this. Just to cross verify once for our safety. 240 minus 24 is 216. Obviously, the answer is 216 is to 25. All right, next one. Okay, question number 3 now. From the salary of May, the amount spent on grocery and electricity are. Look at the options. The options there, everything is different. So I need not calculate both. I just have to calculate one. So let me choose which one I should calculate. Grocery is C, electricity is D. C and D. C 14, D 9. I'll go with 9. So how do I calculate 9% here? 10% of 25,000 is 2,500. 9% is 2,500 minus 250, which is 2,250. So 2,250 has to be the second option, which is, second value, which is this. Done. Answer is this. Great. Now, since we are not actually solving in the exam, so let's just cross verify now. Grocery has to be 14%. Fine. 14% on this is 2,250 plus 5%. 5% of this value is 10% is 2,500. 5% is 1,250. So 2250 plus 1,250, you can clearly say it is 3,500. Fine. This you should not be doing in the exam. All right. It is just, since everything is unique, you just have to find out one of any of these two, whichever you are comfortable with, and then just mark. Next one. Okay. Question number 4. The average amount spent on education, grocery, savings from April month's salary. April month is here. Education, grocery, and savings. Fine. So education is A, grocery is C, savings is B. So we are talking about these three. So what's the average of it? Average, we will not calculate separately. What we'll do is directly we'll first find the average of these three. That is 47, 4 and 18. So sum of this is 47 plus 4, 51, 51 plus 18 is 69. 69 divided by 3 gives you 23. So 23% of 24,000. 23 into 24. So first do 23 square. It is 529 plus 23 is going to be 552. So 552 and 10. The answer has to be option D. Okay, the calculation, you need to be really fast. That's all what matters in DI. And of course, it is foolishness to calculate the the values, 47% of this, and then 4% of this, and then 18% of this value, and then add them and then take the average. That's not how we are supposed to solve, right? So average is nothing but this plus this plus this divided by 3, whatever percentage you get of this value, and automatically that will be the answer. So you will get 23% as the average. So 23% of this value can be done in multiple ways. So what I did is 23 square. You remember that is 529 plus 23, because it is 23 into 24, right? So 529 plus 23, it is 530 plus 22 or 552. So 552, and you have 10 left out, which is 5520, or 23% of this value. What is 10% of this value? It is 2,400. 20% 4,800. 3%, 1% is 240. 3% is going to be 720. So 4,800 plus 720 is going to be 5,520. Right? So you can do the calculations however you want, but try doing it mentally instead of writing everything and then doing it mentally. If you start practicing, it's going to save a lot of time. Fine. Next one. Yeah. The following pie chart shows the marks scored by a student in different subjects. Okay. Physics, chemistry, maths, social science, English in an exam. Assuming that total marks obtained for the exam is 810, answer the questions below. So immediately when you look at the values, they are in terms of degree. So obviously they will not sum to 100, but instead they will sum to 360, because circle overall degree is 360. So 90 degree refers to what? 1/4, that is 25%. You can also see it's 1/4 or 25%, right? So don't get confused with that thing. That's the first observation. Next, the question here says the difference of marks between physics and chemistry is same as that between. Now I need not calculate the marks now individually. So what I want is difference of physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry difference is 5 degrees. All right, let me keep it in degrees only, no problem. So what's the other subject wherein a difference is 5 degrees? Clearly you can see SS and E, 60 and 55, difference is 5 degrees. Okay, so SS and E, that's your answer. Done. All right, you need not even touch the pen to solve this question. It's very simple. Okay, question number 6. The marks obtained in mathematics and chemistry, math and chemistry, exceed the marks obtained in physics and social science. Now this value addition minus this. Now I will not add them, I will just observe. See, 90 and 85 I will first remove. So it is exceeding by 5 because of math and physics. And then because when you compare social science and chemistry, it is exceeding by 15. So overall it is 20. 20 degree is for 360 degree. Then what we are talking about is how much? 810 marks. So for 810 marks, how much will it be? See, for 720 marks, it is going to be 40. Then for 810 marks, it is going to be a little more than 40. Look at the options. The answer, I'll go with 45. I'll not go with 50. The reason is 50 is, if it has to be 50, then this value has to be 720 plus 180. 180. Why is 180? 180 is half of 360. All right, that corresponds to 10%. So 180 plus 720 is going to be 900, and this is not 900, it's 810, less than that. So answer is 45. And you can also see that it's somewhere close to 810. The difference is only 90. All right, so you need not even find out the exact value. Look at the options, the difference, and then you can mark and go to the next one. Hope you are following. Fine. So see, one more way, if I have to be straightforward and solve it, fine. Then observe what happens is, what we are talking about, 20 degrees for 360 degree, and then if that is the case, what is for 810? All right, if you have to go systematically, step by step, then x value will be equal to 810 into 20 divided by 360 is equal to 20, and then 18, 4s are 72, and then you have 90, 18 5s are 45. You will get the answer. But look at the amount of time that you have taken to observe. Just observe what we did here. 20 degree 360. So even this one, 720 and 40, you need not try. You can do that mentally. For 360 it is 20, double of 360 is 720, it is 40. This is a little more than that. Answer is 45. Done. Within 5 seconds, all this observation calculation can be done. All right, practice, that's all. Practice solving more and more DI questions. Definitely you will be able to solve it quickly. Next one. Question number 7. Question is the subject in which the student obtained 135 marks. Okay, so for 810, he has scored 135 marks. Then everything is in terms of degree. Total degree is how much? 360 degree. So let's find out what's the degree that we're talking about. So that will be x is equal to 360 into 36 into 135 divided by 81. Okay, this is 9 4 times, 9 9 times, and then 9 15 times. 15 into 4 is 60 degree. Great. 60 degree is E, that is E, of course, English, option A. All right, that's it. Great. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, question number 8. The marks obtained in English, physics and social science, English, physics and social science exceed the marks obtained in math and chemistry, by what percentage? By what percentage? What percentage of what? Percentage of the total marks exceeds this by what percentage of total marks, right? So now difference is how much? Observe, I'll go with maths and chemistry. 90 plus 60, no, sorry, 70 is 160. So the remaining has to add up to something, so it becomes 360. So the remaining has to be how much? 200. Okay, this minus this is what we're talking about. That is 40. 40 divided by 360 is how much? 1 by 9, right? 1 by 9 is 11.11%. Option has to be 1 by 9%. Great. What did we do? Very simple. The question says the marks obtained in English, physics and social science exceed the marks obtained in maths and chemistry by. So to find out the sum, easier is to find out the sum of math and chemistry. So math and chemistry, because there are 2 values, and the other one there are 3 values. That's the only thing. So in math and chemistry it is 90 plus 70, which is going to be 160. Plus the remaining should add up to 360. So I will not add them individually, even that is time consuming. Instead, 360 minus 160 is easier. It's 200. So 200 is the sum of the marks of English, physics and social science. That exceeds by 160. By how much? 40. So 40 is what percentage with respect to 360 as the total degree. That is 40 divided by 360, which is 1 by 9. That will be 1 by 9 or 11.11%. Hope this is clear. Everything that we are calculating is in terms of degree. So there is no marks. This 810 is not coming into picture at all to solve this question. Yeah, again, less than a 30-second problem. Fine. Next one. Okay. Question number 9. In the following questions, the graph shows the demand and production of different companies. Study the graph and answer the questions. First, let's understand what the graph is about. demand and production of different companies. Companies is denoted as A, B, C, D, E, and then demand, production, these symbols. This is production and this is demand. For A, it is 1450 is production and this is demand. Fine. Similarly for other. Fine. This is what the rough understanding about the graph. Question is, the demand of company B is what percentage of the production of company F? We are talking about two values. One is demand of company B, that is this value 3150 demand, and then production of F, which is this. So what they're asking is 3150 divided by 4500 into 100. 95 times 9, how many times? 9 3s are 27 and 4 5 9, oh sorry, 9 5s are 45. So then 5 7s, 70%. All right, so this gets cancelled, you have 1 0. So 70% must be your answer. Now the same question, I hope this is clear. Very simple, straightforward calculation. I mean, you can do it in multiple ways actually. 4500, fine, and then you have to find out what percentage of this is 3150. So look at the number, it is more than 50% of 4500, because what is 50% of 4500 is 2250. All right, and then this is more than that. Obviously the answer has to be more than 50%. So what is 10% of 4500? 450. I mean, before that, even if you observe these two numbers, 2250 and 3150, difference is 900. So 900 is 20% of 4500. So 50% is this, 20% is this. So it has to be 70% of the value. You can do it even in that way. Many a times, this method, that is finding the 10%, 50%, and 1%, and then doing the calculation, helps a lot. Here the calculation was very direct. That's how we could solve with a direct method easily. Fine. Anyways, whichever can be used to do it faster. If you know multiple ways of solving, it comes very handy. Great. Next one. Okay. Same question. I mean, the data is same. Question is, what's the difference between average demand and average production of the companies? Oof, too many calculations, right? Average demand, finding the average demand first, and then average production, and then find the difference of that. Too many calculations. Why? To find the average, you have to add all these terms, and there are 6 terms in each of the cases. It's big, so we'll not follow that. We'll not do that method. Instead, what we'll do is we'll take the individual differences, but ensure that if demand is more than production, we'll keep that value positive. That's the mental plan. Fine. So in this case, that is the case. All right, square is more than triangle, so we'll keep that value positive. Why? I mean, we are talking about the difference overall. So if we are going individually, it is not necessary that in all the companies the demand is more than production. You can see it. There is a one line is intersecting the other one. That means that in this particular company B, production is more than demand. So this becomes mandatory to do this observation. All right, fine. So square is more than triangle in the first one, A. So now let's start the calculations quickly, fastly. Fine. 2100, 1450. Difference is 550 plus 100. 650 positive. The next one is negative. 3660, 3150. Difference is how much? 510. Next, negative. Difference is 500. Next, positive. Difference is 800. Next, negative. Difference is how much? 900. Faster. Next is it has to be positive, no negative. So difference is 1200. Okay, fine. Now these two I'll take it as minus 100, and then this one and this one I'll take it as plus 150, and this I'll take it as plus 50. So now I'm left out with, this is gone, I'm left out with this, this and this. So 1200 and 510, 1710 and 50 subtraction. 1710 minus 50, anyways difference. So now 1710 minus 50 is going to be 1660 divided by 1 2 3 4 5 6 6. It is going to be 6 2s are 12, and then you have 4 6 6 8s are 6 7s are 42, and 4 0 6 6s are, so 276 point something. That is 275 approximately is what they have asked. Clear? Hope this is clear. I mean, definitely I would have skipped this question in the first go. I would not attempt this question in the beginning itself. I would have kept this for a revisit in the end, probably, if time permits. Definitely I would have solved this question. Fine. Great. Next one. Okay. Next question. The production of company A is approximately what percent of the demand of company C? Similar kind of the previous one. So, but here, production of company A, demand of company C. Production of company A, production is triangle A, demand of company C, this is what percentage of this? So now 50% of 2600 is 1300. Fine, this value is more than 50%, that's one thing. By how much? Difference is 150. 10% of this is 260. 5% is 130. Very close, 150 and 130. So plus 130 gives me 55%, which is close to this value. So the answer is has to be somewhere close to 55%. Look at the option D. Clear? In fact, if you have to go with the actual answer has to be a little more than 55%. All right. Anyways, since they have clearly mentioned approximately, we'll go with this. Hope the explanation was clear. What I have done here is pretty simple actually. It's not a one second. Let me try to adjust. Yes, correct. These two. Fine. 1450 and 2600. These are two numbers of concern for this particular question. So 1450 is what percentage of 2600? Now 50% of 2600 is 1300. Something close to 1450, but 1450 is more than 1300. So the answer has to be more than 50%. Now we are interested in by what value. By what value? Take the difference. 1300 and 1450 difference is 150. So 150 with reference to what? 2600. So 150 and 2600. Now once again go for 10% of 2600, that is 260. 260 is very big than 150. So half of 260 is 130, close to, that is 5%. So 55% is close to 1450. Okay. This is definitely possible. You can solve this very quickly. It's just that you should start calculating all these percentages in terms of 10%, 5%, 1%, 50%, 25%, which is 1/4, 75%, which is 3/5. If you have to find 70% of some value, then you can do in two ways. 3/4 is 75% and then minus 5%, or 50% plus 20%. How do you find 20%? Find 10% multiplied by 2. Right? So you can play with these numbers once you are familiar with the solving this percentage question. So to score really well in data interpretation, having a good command on percentage, I mean it is how do you say, it is compulsory. All right, having a strong knowledge and kind of not knowledge, it is a hands-on experience. What we say, a hands-on experience is something that is required. All right, great. Next one. Let's mark it. 55% marked. Go to the next one. Okay, next one. What's the ratio of the companies having more demand than production to those having more production than demand? Very simple, straightforward question. Definitely I would have done it in the first go. This should have been actually what's the ratio of the number of companies, all right, having more demand than production. First, let's identify more demand than production. Which are the companies wherein more demand is more than production? The demand is the square. So I have A, and then I have D, then I have, that's all. So this is 2. If this is 2, the other one has to be 4 because there are overall 6 companies. So ratio is demand than production is 2 and that of this is 4. So ratio is 1:2. That's all. Option B. Great. Very simple, straightforward question within 10 seconds or 15 seconds kind of question. Fine. But understanding the question should be done within 10 seconds. All right. The next part is the solution. Okay. Question number 13. A new question now, new caselet. The following graph shows production in thousands of 2 types of vehicles by a factory over the years 2009 to 2014. Study the graph and answer the, okay, first study the graph. There are 2 types, type P and type Q, and this shows the production, fine, over these years. Cool. Type P is this X, fine, great. Question, in how many of the given years was the production of type P vehicles of the company more than the average production of this type vehicles. This type means type P only in the given years. Acha. So in how many years the production more than the average of type P? All right. We are our focus area is only type P now. What we have to identify, first find the average and then find out in how many years the unique number, I mean the production values is higher than the average. That's all. So how will we calculate the average? Now 200, 125, 100 and all that. So I will not go with the normal method, I'll go with the deviation method. Fine. So standard deviation method, I'll take 200 as the assumption, and then more than 200 I have 25, that is 225, then 75 and then 75 positive values. Negative, minus 75 and then minus 100. So minus 75 and then minus 100 cancels, then 75, 25 addition, minus 100, even that cancels. So my assumption is right, 200 is the average. So more than 200 I have 3 years. The answer is 3 years. Simple? Great. Let's go to the next one. Next question, approximate percentage decrease in production of type Q vehicles from 10 to 11. From 10 to 11 type Q vehicles is this. Okay, approximate percentage decrease. Very simple, straightforward question. 25 divided by 150, which is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 is 16.67%. Fine. Answer is option B. Cool. Now see, 1 by 6, that's what I think I have told you already about this 1 by 6, 1 by 5, 1 by 4 and these fractions in I think percentage or ratio proportion chapter, maybe in percentages only. Remembering the fraction equivalent of percentage of these standard numbers is going to play a vital role, guys. I'm telling you once again, I'm repeating that. Please remember 1 by 6 is 16.67. And how can you remember? Very simple. I am sure you will remember 1 by 3 is 33.33. So if 1 by 3 is 33.33, 1 by 6 has to be half of 33.33, which is, then you can remember. You can, link these kind of things. Your memory works like that. Find 33.33 by 2, automatically it's 16 point something, then you would have memorized 16.67. So it comes automatically to your mind. Great. So very straightforward, simple question. Less than 15 seconds question. Fine. Next one. Okay. Next question. The total production of type P vehicles in the years 9 and 11 is what percent of total production of Q in 10 and 14? Okay. Fine. Type P in 9 and 11. Type P in 9 and 11. Type P is X, that is these two values, that is 300. And then Q in 10 and 14. 10 and 14. 14. So Q is this, that is 150, and 14 is, so 150 and 225 is going to be 325, 375, 375. So this is what percentage of this. Okay, fine. So you can do it directly. I mean, what I would like to do is, difference is 75, right? So 75, and then this value in terms of 75 is going to be 150, 300, 75. So 75 into 245 is this value. So, and this value is that 4 by 5. 4 by 5 is 80%. All right. So that's how I would do it. What I've done, I mean, anyways, leave that. No problem. It's a little complicated. I'll go with the direct method for you. 300 divided by 375 into 100. So this is, it goes with what? I think 75 you can directly, I mean, this is how you must be doing it by now, or you can even go with 25 if 75 seems to be difficult, but try going with 75. So 75 is 4 times, right? 300 is 4 times, and plus 300 plus 75 is this, that means this has to be 5 times, right? 4 by 5 of 100 is 80%. Okay. The ratio of total production of type P vehicles, total production of type P to total production of type Q over the years. Fine. Now we'll have to add everything. Okay. Type P first. Type P is X. So, okay, fine. Initially I'll add all the hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 1000. And then 25, 25, 50, then 150. That will be 50 plus 150, 200. So this is 1200. P is 1200 is to, what is Q? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 700 initially, that is hundreds. then 75 plus 50, 125 plus 25, 150, 150 plus 75, 75, 150 plus 150, 300, and then 325. 325. This is 1025. Ratio 25. I would like to divide. So 25,000. See, 1250 is 2050. Sorry, 2500 by 2. So this has to be 50 minus 2, 48, and this is 1025. 25, 40 times 25 is 1000 plus 25, so it's 41. So ratio is 48 is to 41. Correct? So what I've done here is 1200 means, see, knowing 50% of the values and all is going to be very useful here. So 25 into 100 is 2500, divided by 2 is 1250. So 1250, 50 is less than 1250 in this case, that is 1200. So if 25 into 50 is 1250, then this value has to be 50 less than that. What is 50? 25 into 2. So that becomes 48, right? So similarly, 1025 is 25 into, see, 4 is 100, 25 into 4 is anyways 100. So into 10 becomes 1000. So 25 into 40 is 1000, but you have one more 25, so this becomes 41. That's all. Fine. Great. Next one. Next one. The production of type Q vehicles in 2010. Type Q in 2010. Type Q is dot in 2010 is this value, is approximately what percent of type P in 14. Type P in 14 is this value. This is what percentage of that. Fine. Anyways, okay. So 275 and 150. 275 by 2 gives me 132 point something, right? No, 37.5, 135. This value is 50%. It's more than 50% of this. By what? By how much? It's 17.5, right? Yeah. Okay. So, and this value is more than 5%. So it is actually more than 55. It's between 54.5. Fine. Okay. Approximately, it will be, with the calculations, whatever I've done, it will be that value. So the direct method, it is going to be how much? 150 divided by 275 into 100. So 25, how many times? 6 times, and 25, 1. So 6 by 11 into 100. So 600 by 11. So 11 5s are 55, and then 5, 11, 54.5. Great. Clear? So direct method was much more easier than my method in this particular scenario. Anyway, so that's the problem. You can't help that. Okay. Number 18. Okay. New caselet now. The graph shows the production of wheat in different years of a particular state. Study the graph and answer the questions. Very simple graph. Different years and then production. That's all. Very simple. The year in which production reached maximum. Man, this is like, within 2 seconds. Answer is 1999. Right? Hope this is clear. Very simple. Year in which production reached maximum. Then this is what they're showing is production. The maximum is this. And the year is 1999. That's all. Next one. Okay, next question. The percentage increase in the production of wheat from 97 to 98. 97 to 98. 97 it was 500. 98 it is 1000. Production increases 100%. 500 plus 500. Answer is option A without touching the pen. Right? If you get questions like this, you have to consider yourself as lucky. Very easy, very simple questions. Now, the year which had the percentage of decrease with respect to its previous year in the production as 13 1 by 3 percentage. Whatever. This seems to be a little complicated. Anyways, no problem. Let's see. The year in which had percentage decrease with respect to its previous year. Percentage decrease. So that means I can think about this, then I can think about this. These two. The remaining, it's very, the difference is huge. And these two, there's a percentage increase, right? So let's not worry about that. Now, 96 to 97, look at the options. Do we have both the options? 96 to 97, 99 to 2000. Yes. Okay. Fine, then we have to calculate. So difference is, in this case, is 100. 100 divided by 500. No, it is not 13. So in this case, it is, I can directly go with the solution now. Fine. The answer has to be this. Let's cross verify anyways. If it was exam, I would not have done this calculation. Fine. Difference is 200 divided by 1300. So 200 divided by 1300, which is going to be 20 by 24. Okay, fine. Or else you can do this. 13 and 20. 13, how many times? 1s are 13, and then you have 7 0, 13 3s are not 13 3s are 13 5s are right, 13 5 65. Oh, it is 15 point something. It's not 13 1 by 3 percentage. Array, how is that possible? Difference is 200. Oh, sorry, difference is 200 with respect to 1500, right? Yeah, my mistake. So then it is 200 by 15. This is 15, how many times? 1s are, and then you have 5 0, 15 3s are 45. So it would have been the same, 13.33 percentage. Great. Hope this is clear. See, what mistake I had done earlier was the reference. Reference is with respect to what? The previous year, the first year. So don't make that mistake. Fine. It is not 1300, it is 1500. Fine. So when you are trying to explain it fastly, or when you are solving it fastly, you tend to make these mistakes, but that's what makes a difference, right? Great. Next one. Next one is total production from the year 95 to 98. 95 to 98. Oh, okay. Just you have to add 1200 plus 1200 plus 600, 1800 plus 500, 2300 plus 1000, 3300. Done. All right. Next. All right. New one. The bar chart. Oh, looks very complex now. Let's see. The bar chart given below shows the percentage distribution of the production of various models of a mobile manufacturing company in 7 and 8. Production of various models in 7 and 8. Okay. Total production in 17 is given as 35 lakhs, and in 8, so total production in 7 is given as 35 lakhs, and in 8 was 44 lakhs. Fine. Okay. Study the chart and answer. Percentage of 6 different types over 2 years. Acha. Fine. This is percentage. Okay. 100 percentage, and then you have 7, 8. So different mobile phones. 7 and 8. I think A must be iPhone, right? In both the years. So anyways, fine. Let's get into the question. Total number of mobiles of models A, B, E manufactured in 7 was A, B, E in 7. Fine. A is fine. Overall, if you look at the number, it is 45. A and B together 45 percentage, and E, it is 90 and 85. So it is 15 percentage. So overall 15 percentage plus 45 percentage is 60 percentage. So 60 percentage of 35 lakhs. So what is 50 percentage of 35 lakhs? 35 by 2, 17.5. What is 10% of 35 lakhs? 3.5, right? So 3.5 plus 17.5 is going to be how much? 2.5 and then 21, right? 21 lakhs is the answer. Option C. Okay. Next one, 23rd. For which models was the percentage variation in production from 7 to 8 the maximum? Percentage variation from 7 to 8. That means difference divided by whatever the production was in 2007. All right. Variation. Fine. So look at the options. You have, there are 2 models they've given. There is no F at all. But actually, if you see, the percentage variation of F is 10 and then 5, which is actually the highest. So let's skip that since it's not in the options. E, it's going to be how much? Let's do this quickly. Difference, this is 10 and this is 15. So 10 by 10 and 5 by 15. Okay, this is for E. And then you have D is very close. I will skip that. C, it is 15, and then here you have 45 to 65, 20, 15 and 20. So that will be 5 by 20. Okay, fine. That is also, I mean, this comes to how much? 1 by 4, 25 percentage. This is 33.33. So E is more. Then B, it is 15 and then 40 to 60, that is 20. So 5 by 15, which is same as E. This is B. And then A is 30 and then 40, that is 10 by 30. 10 by 30 is same as, fine. So A, B, E. So look at the options. A and B. Fine. E is not in the combination. So A and B is the right one amongst the given options. All right, next one. Hope this is clear. So what I'm trying to do here is, find the percentage variation. So how will you do that? Take the difference divided by the reference. Reference is 2007. Clear? Great. Next one. What was the difference in the number of B-type mobiles produced in 7 and 8? Number of B-type mobiles. In 7 it is 20 into total production is in 7 is 35 lakhs. The total production in 7 was 35 lakhs, 35, and difference here is this is 15, and then in this case it is 40 and 60, 20 into production there is 44. Fine. Difference is what we need to calculate, that's all. So that will be anyways it's in lakhs. So 15 into 35 is going to be 35 and 15, 350 plus 175 is 525, and 20 into 44 is 880. Okay, so difference between these two, 880 minus, let me write it neatly, 880 minus 525 is what you get. So that will be how much? 825, overall 300, and then 355. Yeah, option A. Hope this is clear. The overall production is different, so that has to be considered. So what I've done is 30 and 45, 15 into 15 into 35 lakhs, you get that 525, and then this is 20 into 44, you get 880. The difference is 355 lakhs. Next question. If the percentage production of A-type mobiles in 2008, if percentage production of A in 2008 was same as that in 7, if this was same as that in 7, then the number of A was produced in 8 would have been, okay, fine, okay. So in 7 it is 30%. So what is 30% of 2008 production? 2008 production is 44 lakhs. So 30% of 44 lakhs. So 3 times 44 is going to be 120 plus 12, 132. So 1,32,000. Great. So what they have asked is if the percentage production of A in 8 was same as that in 7. In 8 was same as that in 7. So if in 8, if it was 30%, then the production in 8 would have been 30% of 44 lakhs. So 30% of 44 lakhs, if you calculate, you will get 132. 44 into 3 is 40 into 3 plus 12. 120 plus 12 is 1320. Right? Great. Next one. Okay. Next one. If 85% of D-type mobiles were produced in each year were sold, how many D-type remained unsold? That means in both the years, basically. Look at the options. Yes, that's in both the years is what they are asking for. So D, if you see, what they are saying, 85% is sold. That means 15% of overall D is what we are supposed to find out. So if you observe, this is 10 in this case. Similarly, in this case, it is 65. Yeah, this is also 10. All right. So overall, this the contribution to the whole market is 10%. 10% of, since it is same, so I can directly add, that is 35 plus 44, which is 79. Okay. Now 15% of overall is 1.5% of this value, right? 15% of 100 is 1.5% of 10. So I'll find out 1.5% of this value, that is for 79. So 79 is, let's say if it is 1%, so 0.5% is, see, decimals, zeros does not matter here because the options are like that. It is not with respect to number of zeros, so don't worry about it. Don't complicate your calculations. So 79 plus half of 79, which is going to be 39 point something, 39.5. So I'll take it as 40 and then subtract. So this is 9 and then this is 11. So minus 0.5, I should get 118.5. This is the answer. Clear? So what I've done, very simple. Yes, D, I have found out it is 10% in this case. Similarly, D, here it's also 10%. So since it's same, I have to find out 10% of the total sum, which is 35 lakhs plus 44 lakhs, that is 79 lakhs. So 79, 10% is total contribution. So what we want is 15% of this particular value. So 15% of this is going to be 10% of that, and then 50 or half of this previous. Okay, now is it going to be 5%, 10%, 100%, 50%? Doesn't matter. The reason why I am not keeping all those factors into consideration is number of zeros does not make a difference here. Why it does not make a difference? In the options, the options are not with respect to the number of zeros. Then I should have been very careful with respect to whether this is 1.5 or 15 and all that. Hope I am making sense. Then 79 plus half of that is actually 39 point something, but I'll deduct 50 and then I will minus 0.5. So this will be 119 minus 0.5 is going to be 118. Why am I doing all this? Is to make my calculations easier, that's all. All right, great. Next one. Okay, next question, a new caselet. The bar graph given below shows the per acre yield of different countries y-axis, and you have per acre yield. Fine, great. So the average yield of the given countries is, options are very close by, so let me just zoom it. Oh, sorry. Fine, so I have these values. I'll take 130 as, I'll go with the standard deviation method. Okay, 130, and then let me see how many, the other numbers, how much are they deviating from this, my assumption. So 130 means this, let me start with this plus 2, then I have minus 10 here, and then 130 minus 50. So minus 10 minus 50. In this case, it is once again minus 10, and then I have plus 30 and plus 70. So overall, this is minus 70, this is plus 70. I am left out with plus 32 divided by how many terms? 6 terms. So 6 5s are 1 by 3. So overall 130 plus 5 1 by 3. The answer has to be 135 1 by 3. Great. Option D. You can also go with adding all the terms. So if you do that, what happens? You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600 plus just zoom. So 80 plus 20 is another 100, 700, and then 780 will get 880 plus 32, 812 divided by how many? 1 2 3 4 6. So this will be 6 1s are, and then 2 6 3s are, and then 3 6 5s are, 1 by 3. You will get the same thing. Anyhow, whatever you are comfortable, you can go with that. Average deviation seems to be much more easier for me. Fine. Next one. Okay. By how much percent is India's per acre yield more than that of Pakistan's? Oh, India is 200, this is 160. So 40 out of more than that of Pakistan. It means Pakistan has to be the reference. So 1 by 4, 25%. Clear? Right. Question number 29. Oh, okay. Sri Lanka's yield is what percent of total yield of all countries? Now, total yield of all countries, if we had done this problem, that is 27th average, if we had done this with normal method, then definitely we would have written somewhere total. I did with the standard deviation, right? So anyways, no problem. We have got the average as 135. So I will have to just multiply that with 6 to get the total. So 135 1 by 3 into 6. So how much do I get? 600 plus 180, 780 plus 30, 810 plus 2, 812. So fine. This is total. Anyways, we can even add, if no problem. Sri Lanka's yield is 132. So 132 divided by 812 into 100. Okay, calculations. Now 4, obviously 4 3s are 12, and then 3s are then 4 2 0 3. So it is 3300 divided by 203. What I'll do is I'll make this 200. Okay, so I've reduced my denominator. So whatever answer I get will be a little higher than the actual value. Fine. So if it is 200, then the answer will be 113. So 2 6 and then 1 5 0, right? So this has to be 16.5 percentage. So 16.5 has to be little more because I've just reduced 3 out of 200. Fine. So I will go with 16.2. Clear? So if you have to go directly, you can solve. You will definitely end up getting 16.2. Just that, it is time consuming. Fine. Great. Next question. Okay. So in this question, what they have asked is writing the yields of all countries in ascending order, the difference between the sum of yields of first 3 countries to that of last 3 countries in the ascending order. Okay, anyways, no problem. So top 3 is 200, 160 and 132, and then take the sum of it and take the sum of the remaining and take the difference. So instead of doing that, I'll take it individually. So 132 and 120, it contributes 12, and then 160, 120, it is 40, 280, it is 120. So 120 plus 40, 160 plus 12, 172. Great. Fine. Hope you have understood. Next one.
Alright, question number 31. Let's do this quickly. Production in 6-7 is in comparison to production in 2-3. 6-7 production is 1000 in comparison to 2-3. 2-3 it is 400. So difference is 600. 600 is 1.5 times 400. So it is 150 percentage. It has increased by 150 percentage. Alright, so answer is marked properly. That is option A. Okay, question number 32. The production decreased from 4.5 it is 900 to 5.6 it is 800 by difference is 100, reference is 900, so it is 1 by 9. 1 by 9 is nothing but 11.11 percentage. That's it. Answer 11.11 is same as 1 by 9, which is option A. Simple as that. Next one. Okay, 33rd. The year in which production increased the lowest as compared to the previous year is. Now observe, we're talking about the difference in the numerator, difference in the production of previous year and that particular year divided by the reference. Reference is basically the previous year, right? The production in the year in which production increased the lowest as compared to the previous year is. Okay, fine. So for example, let's say that if you are comparing 2002-3, so it has increased by 200 as compared to the previous year, it is 200 itself. Hope you are following. So 200 by 200, there is an increase of how much? 100 percentage. Similarly, from 400 to 600, there is an increase of certain percentage. Similarly, 600 to 800, there is certain increase, right? So similarly, if you observe, the difference is constantly 200 to 400, 400 to 600, 600 to 800, and then 600 to 900. All right, and then there's a dip. Don't worry, we're not worrying about that. We're only worrying about increase. Okay, so then from 800 to 1000, and then 1000 to 1200. So overall, if you have observed, the difference in the numerator is going to be 200 itself. So what we need to worry is only the denominator. The denominator needs to be highest. So it is highest when you are comparing 1000 and 1200. Hope this is clear. So the year in which production increased the lowest as compared to the previous year is 7-8. That's it. There is no calculation actually, just the observation that you are supposed to do. Next one. Alright, the production from 3.4 to 7.8 increased by 3.4 it is 600, then 7.8 it is 1200. Increased by how much? 100 percentage. 600 plus 600. So it is answer is 100 percentage, marked correctly. Let's move on to the next one. What's the average production of the item from 2 to 7? Average production from 2002 to 7. 400 plus 600, that is 1000 plus 900. 1900 plus 800, that is 2700 plus 1000. So till 2700 till here, right? So it is 3700 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 intervals or 5 reference points. So that will be 5 5s are 35, sorry, 5 7s are 35, and then you have 20, 5 fours are 20, and then 740 is your average. Correctly marked.
Okay. Question number 36, new caselet. What's the difference between the production of company Z in 2004? Company Z is this, and company Y in 2000. Y is this. Difference, that's all. Simple. We're talking about a difference of this and then this, which is 100. Okay, so 100 tons. Simple, straightforward question. What's the ratio of the average production of X in the period 2 to 4? 2 to 4 to average production of Y in the same period. Fine. X and Y, we're talking about this and this. Similarly, this and this and this and this. All right. Well, difference between the ratio, right? Ratio of the averages is going to be the ratio of the sums. So ratio of the averages is going to be the ratio of the sums. I'll just find the sum of these values. So this is 250 plus 500 is 750 plus this is how much? 400. So 750 plus 400 is going to be 1150. Okay, that is for Y it is X. The question is also X to Y. Fine. So Y it is 350 plus 400, that is 750 plus 500. 750 plus 500 is 1250. So the ratio has to be, 5 twos are and then threes are is to 5 twos are and then 5 23 is to 25. Option is C. If you make a small mistake here, and if in terms of addition, if you get this 1250 or if you get this 1150, you have the option A, a possible way of making mistakes, and you end up getting the wrong option. That's how the options will also be formed. So be careful with the calculations. All right. What is the percentage increase in the production of company Y from 2 to 3? Company Y, black, from 2 to 3. Direct question. The difference is 50. This one and this one. So difference is 50 divided by 350. 350 because we are comparing with respect to 2002 from 2 to 3, right? So into 100 obviously. So how much will be this? Look at the options. There is a huge difference amongst the options. So 50 is what percentage of 350 is the question. So 10% of 350 is 35. So it is more than 35 by a small value. Okay, it can be either 14 or 16. So what I will now do is find out 15% of 350. If the answer is less than 15% of 350, I'll go with option A. If it is more, I'll go with option B. That's the mental plan. So 350, 10% is 35. 15% is 35 by 2, that is 17.5. So 35 plus 17.5 is going to be 52 point something, which is more than 50. So the answer is less than 15%. Answer option A. This is how I would solve the problem. You can definitely go by direct method, no problems even with that. So this will be 5 10 times and 5 7 times. Okay, so 10 by 7 or 1 by 7. 1 by 7 equivalent ratio, if you remember, it is 14.28, which is again the same thing. Okay, anything is fine, whatever you are comfortable with. Make sure this question has to be solved within 20-25 seconds, not more than that, within 20 seconds actually. Okay, the average production for 5 years was maximum for which company? Oh, okay. This one probably this would have been a revisit question for me, because I know I can solve it, but I also know it is time consuming. Anyways, fine. So this is just that, you just have to add all the values. Let's do that quickly. 300 plus 450, that is 750 plus 250, 1000 plus 500, 1500 plus 400, 1900 for A. Average is not required, sum is sufficient. Black, 250 and then 350, that will be how much? 250 350 is 600. 600 plus another 350, 950 plus 400, 950 plus 400, 1350 plus 500, 1350, 1850. So this is gone. Next is, one second, this was x, right? This was x, this was y, and this was z. There is no a, sorry. Z, it is 350 plus 400, 750 plus 450. 750 plus 450 is 800, 1200, 1200 plus 350, 1550 plus 350, 1550 plus 350 is 1900. So it's both x and z, not y. X and z, option A. All right. Great. Next one. Well, okay. Next caselet. Study the following histogram and answer the questions. Now observe, I was just looking at this question. See, the way in which they represented the graph is a little different. Fine. Here it represents a range. Fine. This particular bar represents 0 to 10 marks. That means 4 students have scored marks between 0 and 10. Is it 10 or is it 0? We cannot reveal. I mean, we cannot get to know out of this particular graph. Okay. Similarly, 6 students have got marks between 10 and 20. That's what you can understand. Fine. That's the first thing that you need to understand. Next, total number of students involved in the data. Pretty simple. 4 have got between 0 and 10. Just add these numbers. 4 and then 6 have got between 10 and 20. So 4 plus 6 is going to be 10, plus 10, 20, plus 8, 28, plus 5, 28 plus 5, 33. That's what will be the answer. The maximum number of students got the marks in the interval of, very easy question, it is between the interval of 20 and 30. Between 20 and 30, 10 students have got the marks. So maximum number of students who got the marks in the interval of 20 and 30. Hope this is clear. The least number of students got the marks in the interval. Again, very simple, straightforward question. 0 to 10. Okay, it's only 4 students. 0 to 10 is option D. The ratio of students obtaining marks in the first and last interval is, in the first interval it is 0 to 10, it is 4. Last interval it is 5. 4 is to 5. Simple. Okay, very.
All right. So the next caselet. Study the following histogram of marks in mathematics out of 50 of students in the class and answer the following questions. Pass marks is 31. So 31 lies between this and this. Number of students who failed in maths is below that. That is below that is this range. So 25 to 30. 25 to 30, you have 15 students. So 15 students, answer is correctly marked, option B. Okay, next one. Pass marks is 31. Number of students who failed in math. Okay, so we are done with this. The number of students in the class is, now I have marked it as 135. Let's see if that is right. So just have to add these values. 10 plus 15, that is 25 plus 20, 45 plus 90. 50 plus 40 is 90. 90 plus 45 is 135. 135 is correct. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. The percentage of number of passed students is number of passed students. So we'll start with 30 to 35. You have 20, 20 plus 40 plus 50 plus 10. So overall it becomes 120. Fine. So 120 divided by 135, which is total, which you have seen in the last question, into 100. You get 800 by 9, that is 5 how many times? 24 times, and 5 how many times here? 27 times, and then 3 8s are, and then 3 9s. So we get 800 by 9. 800 by 9, if you further solve, you get 9 8s are 72, and then once again 8 remainder, and then remainder will be 8 8 by 9. So 88 8 by 9, not 8 8 by 9. So answer is option D. Next one. The students have got the marks out of 50, and if A plus declared for above 90%. So above 90% in this case is 45 to 50. So number of students who have got A plus grade is someone who have scored more than 90%. So 45 to 50, you have 10 students. So options, you have 10. That's all.
Okay, we have a new question, 48. So they have given a tabular column, and then in which year the difference between total sales and gross profit is the least. Okay, all right. Total sales is given, years, and gross profit, and then there is net profit. Okay, net profit is not the difference between these two. Fine. Anyways, options, there is no 94, so I need not find the value for 94 or consider this at all for this question. Question is, in which year the difference between these two is the least, okay. All right, so what I will do is I will not go for a difference, accurate difference, and then do the calculation and all. Instead, I want to see the gap between these two and then compare that gap between the remaining. All right, now there is some gap, let's not calculate that. So this gap, let's compare that with respect to the second one, 351. Let me write it here. I have 351.6 and then 155.5. Fine, and then there is a gap. Straight line. Okay, all right. So the second one is 407.9. There is a 407 is, let's say somewhere here. I'll not write it. Simply time waste. Let's say somewhere here, and difference is how much? 51 to 57. 07 around 56. Okay, it has increased around 56. But what about this? This has reduced, but not by 56. This has reduced by some value, that is 34. Approximately it is around 20. So I don't want accurate value. Approximately, let's say 20. Now, because it has not further reduced to 56, this gap, the new gap between the second one, is more than the previous one. So I will eliminate this option. Okay. So similarly, now compare 351 and 380. Difference is 31 from here to here. Let's say around somewhere here, the difference is 31, and then this value has reduced not by 31, by only around 6. So even this is eliminated. I hope you are following. Next, go to 439 and 361. Now in this case, I think it's the similar one wherein, wait a second, let's cross verify. 351 and okay, the difference is huge, and even this value also has increased. The gap is in both the sides. The gap is there. I mean, it has increased. So the difference is going to be very big, very high compared to the first row. So 1990 is your answer. All right. While solving, because I am trying to explain and doing all this calculation, I am taking some time, and probably I am being a little faster, and the communication could be a problem. But while you are solving it, aram se do the calculation, just compare, and you can definitely solve this in less than 40 seconds. Okay, just you are comparing, that's all. You're not finding the accurate difference because there is decimal and all that. Don't go for the accurate differences. Hope this is clear. Answer is 1990. Great. Let's go to the next question. Okay, next question. Total sales in 1993 is approximately what percent of total sales in 1990? 1993 is what percentage of 1995? And total sales 1993, 439, this value is what percentage of this one? Approximately, right? Yeah, this is fine. So this is more than this. That means answer has to be more than 100. So it's either 110 or 125. All right. So if it is 110, that means they're saying 439 is 10% more than 351. 351 plus 35 is not crossing 400. So it is definitely more than 110. So answer is 125. Yeah, clear? What I have done is, so the comparison is between 439.7. One second, let me adjust. Yeah. So 439.7 and 351.6. So this is what percentage of, this is the question. So 439 is more than 351. So it has to be more than 100% of 351, right? So in the options, I have identified it's only two options what is relevant, which is more than 100%. It's 110 or 125. So I want to check with 110. So if it has to be 110, then 351 plus 10% of 351 must be equal to 439.7. But 10% of 351 is 35. So 351 plus 35, I need not even calculate because that is less than 400. But this value is more than 400. So option has to be the other one, that is 1.5%. Just to cross verify, since it is not the exam. In the exam, I will not do that. I mean, I would suggest you not to do that also. If it is 125%, let's cross verify. So what is 25%? 1/4 of 351. 300 1/4 will be equal to how much? 75, right? 75, correct. So 51.6 for 1/4 of 51.6. that will be approximately 12.5. 12.5 is 50, so around 13, let's say. Fine. So 13 plus 75 is going to be 85, 88. So 351 plus 88 will be how much? Even that will not be approximately, okay, will be 430 plus 430 something. Yes. All right, great. Anyways, even this I would not do. The previous calculation, whatever I have done, that is more than sufficient to rule out the remaining three options and get 125%. Hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so which years show increase in all categories simultaneously? Which year shows increase gross as compared to the previous? As compared to the previous, which year shows simultaneously? This is, observation, no calculations at all. In 1990 to 91 has increased, this has decreased. 91 to 92, this has decreased. 92 to 93, increased, and increased. So it is 92 to 93. But I think in the option there are 2 years. So 93 to 94, let's check. Even that. So 92 to 93 and 93 to 94. So question is, which year shows increase in all categories simultaneously compared to the previous year? So compared to the previous year means the answer is 94 and 93. 93, it is compared to the previous year in all the categories it is more. Similarly, 94 compared to the previous years in all the categories it is more. So 93 and 94. Answer is option A. 51st, the percent increase in the gross profit was maximum in which year as compared to the previous year? Oh, gross profit. A bit of calculation, but let's just find out which are the years wherein there's an increase first, okay, compared to the previous. Now 91, it has reduced. 92, it has increased. 93 has increased. 94 has increased. So we'll have to compare these three now. So let's check for 92 first. Yeah, 92, it is 15 approximately. Now we'll have to be really accurate now, right? Because this difference is around 21. It is gradually increasing. This difference is okay. Fine. Look at 94 and 93. The difference is huge. That is around 43, approximately 43, because 0.5, 0.3. Anyways, don't worry. So then 43 out of 203. Then in this case you have 21, right? 49 and 60, not 21, 11. I'm sorry, 11 out of 160, and then you have 134, 149. Difference is around 15. So easily you can just roll out the remaining options without even calculation, because 43 is way too high compared to the remaining numbers, and the denominator, it's just the addition of another 40 from 160. So it does not make a huge difference with, like how 43 is making with respect to 11, right? Answer has to be 1994. Hope this is clear. Let's go to the next question. Okay, question number 52 now. A new case. A table given below shows the highest and average marks of a class in 4 subjects in 4 years, 93 to 96, 4 subjects, English, Math, Science, Social. Maximum marks in each is 100 anyways, okay. Overall average of marks in the 4 subjects in the year 1995. Overall average in 1995. Great, okay, fine. Let's do this. 56, 68, 68, 48. Fine. So 50 plus 60 plus 60 plus 40 will be equal to 120 plus 90, that is 210, plus 8 3s are 24, plus 6 30. So 240 divided by 4, you get 60. Answer is 60. Very simple question, straightforward. Next one. Okay, question number 53. Supposing that there were 40 students in science, 40 students in science in the year 1995. So we are talking about 95 science, this particular. How much total of marks did they receive combined together? Very simple, 68 into 40 students. So that will be 0, 8 4s are 32, 6 4s are 24 plus 3, 27, 2720. Great. All right. 54th. In which year difference between highest and average marks in math was maximum? So difference between these two elements is maximum when
this is least and this is highest amongst the given values. 60 is least and 94 is highest. So it is, this difference will be maximum compared to the remaining three. You can do it by individually doing it, but this common sense should be sufficient and you can eliminate the remaining three. Answer has to be 1990. Option. Hope this is clear. So what did I do? I've just taken the gap in between these two has to be maximum, right? And that is possible when this value is highest. 94 has, amongst the given values, this has to be more than the remaining, and this value has to be less than the remaining. Then the difference between the elements, these two elements, will be more. So that you can just observe and select the option. Hope this is clear. Move on to the next one.
55. Similar kind of question. Difference between highest and average in social science was the least. All right. Simple numbers. So I can just see difference is 10 and here it is okay, 66, 58. This is 8. This is least. This is very high. These two numbers are more than 10. Simple. Done. No circus in this case. 1994. All right. Simple. Very simple question. All right, question number 56. I was just going through this question. What they have asked is, which state had the highest grain production? Well, see, the moment you look at this question, it's about addition, right? You will have to add all the values for all these and then do it. No, let's not do it that way. It's going to be very time consuming, more than a minute. So instead, what I'll do is I will only focus on the tens place. Okay. Unit digits will definitely make some difference, but only if the values are very close, the tens place are very close. Fine. I'll show you how. 5 plus 10, 14 plus 2 plus 2, 14 plus 4, 18, 180 plus something. I'm not focusing on the unit places. Similarly, 4 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 1, that will be equal to 12 plus 7, 19, 20, 21. So 210 plus something. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 6, 14, 15 and 3, 180 plus something. 4, 3, 5, 2, 1 value is less, just by observation, but let's do it. 4 plus 7 plus 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 150 plus something. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 4, 9, no, very less. 6 plus 1, 7, 8, no, very less. This is also very less, just by observation, eliminated. Fine. Now, these two could be closer. All right, 180 plus 210 could be, in the sense, see, overall there are 4 values. Now the unit digit can make a difference of 45, extra 45, but even in 210 we have not considered the unit digit, and in you can see there is 9, which is the highest unit digit possible. You have 6, you have 8, and in the other numbers also it is almost similar. So if that is the case, other numbers means P and R. Okay, you have 9, you have 7, 2, 1, so it does not make a huge difference. I'll go with answer Q. Answer is Q. Hope this is clear. Yes. Great. Let's go to the next one. 57th. Last 4 questions. Okay. So what was the proportion of rice production to wheat production in the country? Okay. Basically rice versus wheat. Yeah. Now we'll have to add. No escape strategy. Okay. Fine. So let's add the numbers. So this is 15, 23, 30, 31, 31 plus 9, 40, 48, 48 plus 5, 53. Then 5 plus 4, 9, 13, 13 plus 5, 18, 18, 22, 22, 25, 25, 31, 31, 36, 36 plus 3, 39. Okay. This is 6 plus 3. That is, okay. Wait a second, I'll do this later. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 7 is how much? 15, 17, 22, 22, 30, 38. So 3 plus 5, 8, 11, 11, 3, 14, 14, 17, 19, 20, 20 plus 2, 22, 22, 228 plus 103 is equal to 331. Okay, so 393 is to 331. Look at the options. Fine, I'll go with this option. I will not even calculate this. Why? It's not 1:1. It is not 0.1 because this is more and this is less, and it is definitely not 2:1. This is not double of this, right? So no need to even further simplify. Great. Next question. Okay, jowar was the most important food grain in the state. Okay, was the most important food grain in the state. So should we compare this or compare to some other? So if we only look at these values, 73 most important, that means we have to compare with the other grains for that state. Okay, so for example, for Q, which was the most important? It was wheat. Hope you are following. For R, it is 67. That is, for R, definitely jowar was the most important. Fine, look at the options. You have R, Q is not, I've already eliminated, so it cannot be these two. Then S and T, let's check S and T. Okay, R we have got, in S also yes, in T also 41. That is the most important because the remaining is, they are less than 41. Great, so the answer is R, S and T, option D. Okay, state P alone accounted for approximately what percentage of wheat production in the country? State P alone, it's 103. If you remember for the previous question, I think for this one, not this, okay, which was that, proportion of rice and wheat, we had calculated the total. It was around 390 something, I guess so. Okay, with that, oh, not this question, this one. Oh, it's either 30% or 41% for sure, no doubts about it. Even if you look at the numbers, all right, if I am in a hurry, all right, and I have to the timer is running, there is only like, let's say, 5 seconds left out, I will go with option D. Let's see. Okay, we'll have to further once again add everything. Yeah, fine. So 103 divided by sum of this, let's add, no other shortcut, so we'll go with the same thing. 103 I'll add later. So 6 plus 2, 8 plus 7, it is 15, 16, 17, 17 plus 5, 22, 22, 30, 38, 3 plus 2 will be equal to 5, 6, 8, 11, 14 plus 22, 228 plus 103. That will be how much? Or let's do one more thing. Okay, 103 and the remaining is this. This value 228 is more than 2 times 103. Correct? 103 is the wheat production and the remaining is this value. I hope you are following. The sum of this should make 100%. But what I want is, I want to compare and see. All right. So this value is 228 is more than 2 times 103. So what does this mean? This is more than 66.66%. So if it is more than 66.66%, the only option with which you can go for is 30%. Okay, directly if you have to solve, fine, no problem. You just have to add 103 to, I think you had got 228, right? Yes, divided by the sum of 103 divided by 103 plus 228. Do it, definitely you will get 30%. I will not do that now. Okay, the last question. Guys, sorry if you felt bad for me not doing this. Anyways, let me do it for those, if in case you have not understood the previous whatever I have done. So what they're asking is, P alone accounted for approximately what percentage of wheat production in the country? Okay, 103 divided by the sum of it. So do the sum of it, total into 100 must give you the answer. This is the simple method. So what I was trying to do is, I got this whole thing as 228. Anyways, let me do in this method also. 103 plus 228 is going to be 331. So 103 divided by 331 into 100. All right. So they have used the word approximately, and I will go with 100 and 330. Okay, approximately, right? So yeah, so 100 by 33 approximately gives you 30. Answer is 30%. Hope this is clear. Fine. So last question now. If the average per hectare yield of rice in the country in the country was 30 tons per hectare yield, the average per hectare yield is 30 tons. Fine. Then the area. Fine, no problem. So rice, the sum of all this will give me total rice production. If I divide that by 30 tons, I will get the overall area. All right, the only thing that you need to take care of is units. Fine, this is in lakh tons, and then in lakh hectares is what we're supposed to find, so it will be easily taken care of. Now let's first add all these values. 45 plus 48, instead of that, let's go with our conventional method. So 5 plus 8, 13, plus 9, 22, 23, 30, 38, 38, 45, and then 53. 5 plus 4, 9, plus 4, 13, 18, 22, 22 plus 3, 25, plus 6, 31, 31 plus 5, 36, plus 3, 39. 393 divided by 30. This is total production, this is per hectare. That gives me the area. Fine. So this is going to be 30, how many times? 30 10s are 300, 30 13s are 13 point something. Fine. Look at the options. You have 13. Great. So option C. They have clearly mentioned area approximately. Fine. Answer is 30. Great. DI is done. Data interpretation. I think in every question I have used approximation, and also the importance of percentage calculation. I'm sure you would have observed how important it is to know the percentage values. Fine, I will not give you gyan now. I'm sure even you will be tired of listening to all the 60 explanations. Great. If in case you have any doubts with respect to any of the questions, all right, post in the comment box, or if you have taken the mock test, I mean, we definitely have a dedicated discussion forum page for this particular test. You can post the doubts even there. Great. All right, then see you in the next video of course of mock test solution. Great.